neutral event, and painted as catastrophe. A pause in speech becomes humiliation. A delayed reply becomes rejection. A stern face becomes hostility. A difficult challenge becomes proof of incapacity. A setback becomes doom. A criticism becomes total invalidation. A single mistake becomes identity collapse. This is fear's method. It magnifies. It dramatizes. It absolutizes. It takes one moment and makes it feel eternal. One error becomes, I always fail. One rejection becomes, nobody values me. One hard day becomes, my life is falling apart. One uncomfortable sensation becomes, I can't handle this. This is why smart people do foolish things under pressure. They are not seeing clearly. They are seeing through emotional smoke. And smoke makes every shadow look like a monster. The Stoic knows this. That is why he does not immediately trust the first thought that arises in fear. He interrogates it. He asks, is this true? Is this fully true? What evidence do I have? What am I assuming? What am I predicting? What am I catastrophizing? What story am I telling? What would this moment look like if I were calm? That last question is powerful. What would this moment look like if I were calm? Because often, calm reveals how distorted fear has made the lens. If you were calm, maybe that person's silence would simply be silence. If you were calm, maybe that challenge would look difficult but manageable. If you were calm, maybe that mistake would look reparable. If you were calm, maybe that criticism would look useful. If you were calm, maybe that pressure would look like a test, not a threat. This is the difference between emotional slavery and emotional leadership. The slave believes every feeling. The leader questions the feeling before acting. Most people do not do this. They feel afraid and instantly obey the interpretation fear provides. They do not say, I feel fear. They say, I am in danger. That confusion changes everything. Feeling fear and being in danger are not always the same thing. And if you never learn that distinction, pressure will always control you. Because the body can create fear in moments of growth. Before the speech. Before the confrontation. Before the launch. Before the leap. Before the boundary. Before the confession. Before the performance. Before the truth. Fear often appears right at the doorway of expansion. So if you interpret fear as a stop sign, you will spend your life retreating from your own evolution. This is